Stadium Negara, Malaya's sporting palace. Opened recently, this magnificent indoor stadium was the venue for the first All-Asian Badminton Championships at which players from 12 countries took part. For many years after the war, Malaya held the supremacy in world badminton, having won the Thomas Cup 3 times in succession. In 1958, Indonesia captured the coveted trophy and have retained it since. The widespread interest in the game in Asia led to the formation in 1959 of an Asian Badminton Confederation. This first competition, organized by the ABC, launches a new biennial tournament which will undoubtedly raise the standard of the game in Asia. Results will be watched with keen interest as a pointer to the outcome of the Thomas Cup competition in 1964. After the march past, the president of the Badminton Association of Malaya, Encik Muhammad Khair Johari, was introduced to the captains and managers. In the opening round of matches, the results were very much as expected. Malaya had an easy 5-0 victory against an inexperienced Burmese side, while Thailand completely subdued Nepal, also by 5-0. On the second day of play, the matches were more evenly contested, and several of the games went into rubber sets. But the same scores were again repeated. Hong Kong beat Ceylon 5-0. Taiwan beat the Philippines also 5-0. The third day saw Indonesia making short work of North Borneo, even though they were without the services of their stars Ferry Sonneville and Tan Jo Hock. They gained a 5-0 victory to qualify for the semi-final. In another quarter-final match, Pakistan edged Sarawak by 3-2. The semi-finals saw a grim struggle between Indonesia and Thailand. Highlight of the evening was the heroic performance by Johnny Jo of Indonesia, who toppled Thomas Kappa Sanggap Ratanuson in 3 sets. Indonesia's team of youngsters fought with courage and determination all the way against the fancy Thais, who were leading 2-0 at one stage. But gradually, the Indonesians overhauled the Thais and went on to win the match by 3-2. During their free moments, players and officials of participating teams had the opportunity of taking in the sights in and around the federal capital. They were housed in the University of Malaya hostels and, of course, could not miss Petaling Jaya, a stone's throw away. On a trip to Klang, the multi-million-dollar Istana Alam Shah was greatly admired. Main attraction here was the impressive throne room, which was the scene of the recent coronation of their Highnesses, the Sultan and Tunku Ampuan of Selangor. At a rubber estate, they examined the many processes involved in the manufacture of sheet rubber, Malaya's #1 export commodity. The tour also included a visit to a tin mine. Here they saw how ore is extracted from the ground and brought up to the surface. An informal party was given by the president of the Badminton Association of Malaya. There was much good cheer all round as the visitors relaxed and enjoyed themselves in an atmosphere of hospitality and friendship. And so to the finals. "12,000 fans packed the stadium to witness the contest between Malaya and Indonesia, which would decide the championships and the prize, the handsome Brahman Trophy, donated by Malaya's sporting Prime Minister. Encik Muhammad Khair Johari wished the teams the best of luck. Earlier, Malaya had qualified for the final by beating Pakistan 5-0. Here was their chance to recapture some of the luster and glory of the past. The first singles between up-and-coming Billy Ng of Malaya and 19-year-old schoolboy Lim Jeng Kiang of Indonesia. Billy's main weapon is the big smash. Lanky Billy Ng is considered somewhat of a temperamental player, but there was no show of it here. Playing a consistent game, he forced Lim Jeng Kiang into defense and took the first set 15-11. At the end of 30 minutes play, Billy Ng started the victory sweep for Malaya by winning in straight sets over Lim Jeng Kiang, 15-11, 15-9. The singles between Tae Kyu-san of Malaya and Johnny Jo of Indonesia was marked by some long and thrilling rallies in which all the subtleties of the game were seen. Kyu-san began well. His steady control took him to an 8-2 lead. But this did not deter the hard-working Indonesian. Johnny was everywhere. He leveled the score at 13. Then Kyu-san began to falter. Johnny Jo played a great game to take the first set 18-13 in 17 minutes. In the second set, Johnny Joe made only the feeblest of efforts. It was obvious that he was conserving his strength for the rubber. Therein lay his big mistake. Q-Sun had no difficulty winning the second set from Johnny, 15-8. In the decider, Q-Sun brought on the pressure from the start. Now the rallying was on again. Q-Sun grimly contested the exhausting exchanges to a 7-0 lead and kept inching ahead, his opponent fast tiring. Johnny was tottering now, and Q-Sun went on to win the rubber 15-2. Malaya were 2 up. In the doubles, Ng B and Tan Ye Khan of Malaya completely overpowered the Indonesian pair, Tutang and Unang. Utilizing their mighty smash on the high return, they left the Indonesians groping hopelessly. The first set ended at 15-2 in favor of Malaya. The second set was very much a repetition of the first. The speed and power of the Malayan pair continued to take their toll. It was all over in 19 minutes. Malaya won the doubles convincingly, 15-2, 15-8, her third win of the evening and a well-deserved victory in the championships. Malaya were given the next match without a fight, when Johnny Joe conceded a walkover to Billy Ng. The fifth and last game between Tae Kyu Sun and Lim Jeng Kiang proved an anticlimax. Kyu Sun played cat and mouse with Jeng Kiang. It was a case of experience against youth. Kyu Sun controlled the game throughout and made short shift of his young opponent, whose play fell far below his own. The game ended with a straight-set victory for Kyu Sun, 15-8, 15-3. Malaya thus swept the finals with a 5-0 victory over Indonesia. At the close of the competition, Tunku Abdul Rahman, president of the Asian Badminton Confederation, congratulated all concerned for making the tournament a success. He said it had set a high standard of both play and organization as a precedent for future tourneys. Then came presentation of the Raman Trophy to Tae Kyu Sun, captain of the winning team. Encouraging as it is, Malaya's victory must be regarded only as the first step in the long, hard climb back to the top. Whether or not she will succeed in regaining her position as world champions, only time will tell.
Malaya baru ialah stadium negara yang berharga RM4 juta. Bangunan yang memang sesuai untuk tamasya-tamasya sukan dan kebudayaan. Pembukaan rasmi dalam bulan April disempurnakan dengan pertandingan kejohanan badminton se-Asia yang pertama, dalam mana 12 negeri mengambil bahagian. Dalam perlawanan akhir yang hebat, Malaya mengalahkan Indonesia 5-0 untuk memenangi Piala Rahman.